Hey everyone, welcome to the top 10 list. Here's my top 10 favorite movies of the 2000s. Yes, movies from 2000 to 2009. In my last video, I did my top 10 favorite movies of the decade. Yes, from 2010 to 2016, and I really enjoyed that list, so I thought I'd rank my top 10 favorite movies of each decade, leading up to the 50s, into the 40s, and then that will lead into my top 10 favorite movies of all time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to all these top 10 lists. They're getting really hard to make because there's a lot of great movies throughout the entire decades, and this list was no picnic. Very hard to choose, but I think I stand by it. These are my top 10 favorite movies of the 2000s. Alright, let's get to it. And for top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. And my honorable mentions for favorite movies of the 2000s are Minority Report, The Squid and the Whale, Ratatouille, The Incredibles, Adaptation, Batman Begins, Zodiac, Memento, Knocked Up, Gladiator, and Catch Me If You Can. A lot of honorable mentions, a lot of great movies. Just couldn't make the top 10 list, but what did make my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is my favorite Pixar movie of all time, Up. Yes, Up came out in 2009, and I was actually, I think, rooting for this movie to win Best Picture at the Oscars because I actually wanted to see an animated movie win Best Picture, and I thought, a movie like Up can do it because Up is such a compelling and riveting watch. It's so good. I love this movie. The animation is top freaking notch. The opening scene to this movie is one of the greatest movie openings ever. It's the greatest movie openings in any animation movie and just in any movie in general. It's so brilliant and amazing. I love these characters. I love Mr. Fredricksen. I love Russell. I love Doug. I love, what's his name? Kevin the Peacock? Is he a peacock? Oh, flamingo, whatever, peacock, whatever. I love these characters. I love the animation. I love its uplifting and beautiful story. Like, I love how colorful it is. I love all these characters. I love its comedy. I love how dramatic and deep it can get. I love how it can almost make you cry your eyes out. It's got a beautiful beginning, beautiful ending. It's got a lot of ridiculousness, like, yeah, there's talking dogs and dogs flying airplanes and a house flying in the air with balloons, but it just works. It's just so beautiful and so magical, and just, I love this movie. It's my favorite Pixar movie, and it's my 10th favorite movie that came out in the 2000s. Coming number 9 is my favorite comedy of all time, Hot Fuzz. Yes, Hot Fuzz is part of the Cornetto trilogy. I love the Cornetto trilogy. I love The World's End. I love Shaun of the Dead, but Hot Fuzz is my favorite. It's my favorite comedy of all time. I think this is the funniest movie ever made, in my opinion. It probably isn't the funniest movie ever made, but it's just my personal favorite. I love the characters. I love its visual gags. I love this is the kind of movie you have to watch multiple times because there are so many jokes. They throw so many jokes at you. You have to watch it so many times because you always miss little jokes in the background or just things that they say because this movie's very fast-paced. It's always going. It's very visual kind of humor. It's got a lot of good slapstick, but a lot of great one-liners, great dialogue scenes, and great character moments, and it's amazing, this movie. I love it. I love the Cornetto trilogy. Hot Fuzz is my favorite, and it's my favorite comedy. I love Simon Pegg, Nick Frost. Their chemistry is just top freaking notch. I love that Timothy Dalton is in this movie as the villain. Girl, he's awesome in this movie. He's so good. Edgar Wright does a bang-up job with all these movies. Directed this movie phenomenally well. Wrote this movie phenomenally well as well with Simon Pegg, and I love this movie. I love that it satirizes cops and cop movies, and I love that it actually ends up being also a cop movie. It's got some very thrilling moments, and I love how it's building up to one big gag, and it just works. The ending action scene, it's just freaking badass and amazing, and I love this movie. It's so funny, it's so heartwarming at times, and it's very thrilling. You're on the edge of your seat in the last act of this movie, and it's my favorite comedy of all time. It may not be everyone's favorite comedy, but it's my favorite comedy, and it's my 9th favorite movie in the 2000s. Coming number 8 is Inglorious Bastards. Yes, you're probably going to see a Tarantino movie in like all these lists, because I love Tarantino. He's one of my favorite directors, and this is one of my favorite Tarantino movies. I love this movie. I love how its unique take on history in World War II, because it's about these Jewish American soldiers called the Bastards, and they're trying to kill Nazis, and basically it's also about a girl who's a Jewish, pretending to be a French lady, and she's also out to kill the Nazis, and it's just so good. It's a great World War II movie, it's a great dramatic movie, it's a great action, drama, war movie, it's got amazing dialogue, fantastic characters. Some of my favorite Tarantino characters are in this movie. Like, I love Lieutenant Aldo Rames, he's so fucking awesome. I love the Bear Jew, I love Hans Lando, I love Shoshana, I love Bridget. They're all so good. I love that Samuel Jackson narrates the movie. The performances are all fantastic. Brad Pitt, Diane Kruger, Eli Roth, Christoph Waltz, all fantastic. It's very bloody, but it's very well done. There's two particular scenes that I just love. The opening scene with the French farmer and Hans Lando, very intense scene. And also the bar scene in the basement, very intense scene, just very well written scenes. This is such a beautifully written, amazingly directed film, and I just love this movie. It's so good, amazing, one of my favorites. Coming number 7 is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. Yes, I put my favorite Harry Potter movie on this list. I was going to go with the whole franchise, but the whole franchise didn't come out in the 2000s, because Deathly Hallows Part 2 and 1 came out in the 2010s, so yeah. I love this movie. Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite Harry Potter movie. It's directed by Alfonso Cuarón, who did a fantastic job. He took this Harry Potter movie and made it so different, so unique, and just so awesome. It's visually amazing. It's got phenomenal cinematography, great effects, and just the characters, they feel more fleshed out. And this is the first Harry Potter movie that went pretty dark. It had a very unique take on time travel and stuff, and it's so well done. The 3 performances by the 3 lead actors, Rupert Grint, Emma Watson, Daniel Radcliffe, they step up. Their acting steps up, because you can tell that it's kind of child acting in Chamber of Secrets of Philosopher's Stone. They do a good job, but they're not, like, terrific. They're very good in this movie, and I bought their friendship better in this movie, and they're really good. I love all these characters. I love that they brought in Sirius Black in this movie, and Gary Oldman is fantastic, and I love this movie. I love how it ends. I love how they do the time travel. I love the new characters. It made the Harry Potter world more magical and just more visually amazing, and I wished Alfonso Cuarón did all the Harry Potter movies, but David Yates did a great job, and I love all the Harry Potter movies. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. Prisoner of Azkaban is my favorite. Coming number 6 is Almost Famous. Yes, Cameron Crowe's Almost Famous. I freaking love this movie. It's such a beautifully written movie, awesomely directed. It's my favorite Cameron Crowe movie. It actually made Kate Hudson act good in the movie. I am not a big Kate Hudson fan, but she's very good in this movie. Everyone's great. Patrick Fugit's great. Frances McDormand, Billy Crudup, Jason Lee. Philip Seymour Hoffman is my favorite character in this movie as the music critic. He's awesome. I love him in this movie. He should have gotten an Oscar nomination for his role in this movie. It's so good. This is a great movie about music. If you're a big, huge music lover, you will adore this movie, because it's basically about a kid who follows a band on tour, and that's the gist of the story. They learn about life and each other and what it means to be a musician in the industry. It's a rough go. It's a rough go. But they do it in such a funny way. It's a great dramatic movie, but it's also a very good comedy, and I love this cast, I love these characters, and I think it's a fantastic movie with great writing and just fantastic acting. Stellar cast, stellar writing. I love Almost Famous. It's so good. Coming number 5 is a tie between 2 movies, and these 2 movies are probably the best written movies of the 2000s. And that is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind and Lost in Translation. Fantastic. Written by 2 amazing writers, Sofia Coppola and Charlie Kaufman. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is my favorite Jim Carrey movie. It's one of my favorite sci-fi, comedy, drama, romance movies. Yeah. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is so good. Kate Winslet and Jim Carrey are both fantastic. I love how it tackles dream theories in a very strange and comedic way. I love the characters. I thought Charlie Kaufman wrote a brilliant screenplay. I'm glad he got the Oscar win. I'm glad Kate Winslet got nominated for her performance as Clementine. She probably should have got the win. Jim Carrey deserved a nomination as well. It's such a great premise, great characters, a very beautiful romance. I love these 2 characters. I buy the romance completely. And yeah, Lost in Translation is just as good, equally good. It's so good. Bill Murray, I wish he did more dramatic roles, because I love him in dramatic movies like Broken Flowers and Lost in Translation. Sofia Coppola, the daughter of Francis Ford Coppola, wrote and directed this movie. She did a fantastic job. Bill Murray's amazing. Scarlett Johansson's amazing. The chemistry between them, the friendship between these 2 is amazing. I love how it's like going on a good vacation. That's what this movie is like, going on a nice trip, and it's just so awesome. Beautifully shot, amazingly acted, and it's just got some great warm atmosphere. It's a very atmospheric, dramatic film with some pretty good lighthearted comedy in it, and I love it. It's very well structured, very well written, very well directed, and both these movies, I couldn't choose a favorite, so I put them both at number 5. Love them both. Coming number 4 is The Departed. Yeah, The Departed, yo. Oh god, I've talked about this movie to death. It's Martin Scorsese. Come on, it's Martin Scorsese. I love Martin Scorsese. Fantastic cast. Leo DiCaprio, Jack Nicholson, Matt Damon, Mark Wahlberg, Martin Sheen, Anthony Anderson, Ray Winstone, Vera Farmiga, all fantastic in this movie. Great writing, great direction. I love good mob movies and good cop movies, and it combines the 2 perfectly. Great ending, great beginning, great middle, great everything, great score, great music, great soundtrack, great editing, great cinematography, great sound mixing. just all along great and one of my favorites of the 2000s. Coming number 3 is The Dark Knight. Yes, The Dark Knight. I'm Batman. I'm not wearing hockey pads. Everyone has made fun of that voice to death. It's ridiculous. The movie is not, though. The Dark Knight is my favorite superhero movie of all time. It's my favorite Christopher Nolan movie. Yes, Inception is right there with it, but The Dark Knight is amazing. Heath Ledger took the role of the Joker and took it to a completely new level. It wasn't just like, he was funny and having fun with the role. He made Joker sociopathic and fucking scary as shit. Like, watch that scene when he does the why so serious, and yeah, try not to shit your pants while watching that scene. Like, fucking terrifying. Heath Ledger deserved his Oscar win. God rest your soul, Heath. You're such a good actor. He did a fantastic job. But he wasn't the only one who gave a great performance. I know everyone praises Heath. They should praise Heath, because he's amazing. But everyone else gave great performances. Christian Bale was amazing. Aaron Eckhart, Maggie Gyllenhaal, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine. Everyone was on their A-game in this movie, and the action was so well done. The costumes were well done. The sound mixing and sound editing were beautiful. The effects were really nice. And it's just a very good, epic Batman movie. Hans Zimmer's score was also brilliantly well done. I love this movie. There's so many amazing scenes in this movie that I loved, especially that interrogation scene with Batman and Joker, one of my favorite movie scenes in superhero. One of my favorite scenes in superhero movies. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. But yeah, The Dark Knight. Everyone loves The Dark Knight. I love The Dark Knight. It's The Dark Knight. Coming number 2 is the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Yes, I completely cheated because I just didn't want to say one of them. I would have probably said the Fellowship of the Ring, but you know what? Let's go with all 3 of them because they're all fucking amazing. They're epic action fantasy movies and they're all fucking brilliant. I love The Hobbits. I said it. I like the Hobbit movies. Yes, judge me if you want, but the Lord of the Rings movies are better and they're fantastic. They're the best movies that came out in the 2000s. They're so fucking good. One of the best trilogies of all time. They're fantastic. I loved the books by J.R.R. Tolkien. But these movies really did justice. Peter Jackson did a fantastic job directing these movies. The action scenes in these movies are just epic. The practical effects look amazing, the CG looks amazing, and all these characters, I just love all these characters. I grew up with these characters through the books and these movies, and I just love them. I love that these movies took 11 Academy Awards, especially Return of the King with 11 Academy Awards, which Fellowship took more and Two Towers took more, but Return of the King, awesome movie. I love this franchise. 2000's gave us this franchise, and I'm so glad of it because Lord of the Rings is amazing. It's an epic franchise. And my number 1 favorite movie of the 2000s is Spirited Away. Yes, I went with an animation movie. I know people will probably think, what? I like an animation movie the best out of the 2000s. I'm sorry, I love Spirited Away. I love this movie. This is my favorite animated movie ever. Fantasia is very close. So is Beauty and the Beast, Up, and Iron Giant, and shit like that. They're all very close, but Spirited Away is my favorite animated movie of all time. I consider this movie damn near perfect. I love the characters. I love its atmosphere. I love the worlds. I love the story. I love the premise. Every single shot in this movie is fucking perfect. Every ounce of writing, direction, structure, and everything. The music, the score, everything, the pacing. Everything about this movie is just done perfectly. I fucking love this movie. I am jealous of this movie. This movie is brilliant. It makes me cry. It makes me laugh. It makes me angry. It makes me everything. It makes me scared. It just brings out all the emotions in me, and I just love this movie. I love Chihiro. I love Aku. I love Lin. I love Yubaba. I love Geneva. I love everybody. I even love No Face. Hayao Miyazaki is one of the greatest animators ever. He's probably the best animation director of all time. This is his masterpiece. I love Princess Mononoke. I love Kiki's Delivery Service. I love Castle in the Sky. I love all his movies, but Spirited Away is his masterpiece. It's fantastic. That scene on the train when Chihiro is on the train going through the worlds, in the spirit world, is one of my favorite scenes in movies ever. This movie's fantastic. The animation, story, premise, characters, writing, everything about this movie is freaking perfect to me. Yes, people will probably nitpick it and find flaws, but I don't want to do that because I love this movie too much to do that. I don't want to nitpick this movie. I don't. I love this movie. I adore this movie. I've seen this movie over 20 times, and I will see it probably hundreds more times throughout my entire life because it is my favorite movie of the 2000s. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite movies of the 2000s. So yeah, in the comment section below, please tell me, did you rate this list? If not, give me your top 10 favorite movies of the 2000s from 2000 to 2009. So yeah, comment below, let me know, give me your lists. And as always, if you like this video, please like and subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.